The states are already moving forward. We have seen 35 states step up in the last 8 years. The federal government has been missing in action. They rely on us to do our part, not to do it all for them, but they expect that we will meet our part. I had some of my best memories, a member of Congress, as a member of this committee. I left reluctantly to go to Ways and Means to try and work to make sure that we meet our statutory obligation to finance what you authorize. And that mission continues today. I am hopeful that we can take advantage of an opportunity where there seemingly is a consensus about the need to spend $2 trillion on infrastructure, but fails time after time after time because people don't step up to put the money behind it, like we've seen at the state and local level. The T&I committee should, and every other committee, should be laser focused on achieving the $2 trillion level of investment that has been talked about. I look forward to being your partner on the Ways and Means Committee to invest in infrastructure, not just by raising the gas tax, indexing the gas tax, and then replacing the gas tax with something that is sustainable. We need to have a dedicated water infrastructure trust fund. We need to expand financing mechanisms to invest in surface transportation, airports, public buildings, schools, housing, Superfund cleanup, and more. The T&I committee should work to unlock the full potential of the Harbor Maintenance Trust Fund. And I know, Mr. Chairman, you've been deeply concerned like that. We need to uncap the passenger facility charge to allow local investment in aviation needs. And we need to accelerate the transition to a sustainable program of road user charges over the course of the next 12 years to fund our system based on use rather than gallons of fuels consumed. Now, we're facing new challenges now dealing with climate, mobility options, and this uncertain funding future. We need to develop a forward-thinking infrastructure bill, and I know that you are working on that, that continues the expansion of the road user charge, bring that concept of to an expanded national pilot project. With urban centers booming, communities need tools and resources necessary to make great places. But those places rely heavily on the rural-urban connection. Urban America relies on healthy cities and vice versa. We need to create better equitable outcomes in terms of transferring state-owned urban roads to local governments and advancing complete street policies to lead to zero deaths for all road users. We can restore the bicycle and pedestrian funding to a percentage of the surface transportation block grant program, increase funding for transit capital, and meaningful investment in congestion mitigation and air quality. We must fix the destructive provision in the recent tax bill that damages commuter tax benefits that commuters, businesses, churches, and nonprofits have relied on for decades. And finally, I hope the committee works to integrate new mobility options as solutions to our most vexing transportation problems. Communities should be able to support bike share and other mobility options to connect people in their first or last mile to mass transit. Policymakers at all levels should have a better understanding of the secondary influence of autonomous vehicles that are rushing towards us, I think, faster than any of us expect. You have a unique opportunity to be at the center of a meaningful, fully funded transportation package and a forward-thinking surface transportation reauthorization that looks at the full range of transportation choices. As I said, I look forward to being your partner on the Ways and Means Committee in providing the infrastructure investments communities need. You have an opportunity to produce a once-in-a-generation piece of legislation. You've got this consensus from the White House and Democratic leadership in Congress to spend $2 trillion. We need to work with you to make sure the money is there to spend. Otherwise, sadly, you'll be spinning your wheels. I applaud you, Mr. Chairman, for your untiring effort to focus on this funding crisis and the opportunities that will be afforded if we meet it. And I look forward to working with you so we do.
I thank